If you're a man and you want to quit drinking for good, then this video is for you. Because today, I'm going to explain why quitting drinking feels impossible for so many men, even when you truly want to stop. And if you stick to the end, I'll show you what finally helped me quit drinking for good after years of trying, so you can stop feeling stuck and start seeing a way forward. Let's get into it. So first I want to talk about the pressure men don't have words for, what builds the emotional load. What the problem is. A lot of men are carrying pressure they don't know how to talk about, not because it isn't real, but because talking about it isn't normalized. There's this quiet expectation to be a good provider, strong, steady, perfect on paper, especially as a husband and as a father. Why the problem exists? Even today, it's still not mainstream for men to openly talk about their doubt, fear, pressure, feeling like you're falling short. So instead of expressing it, men bottle it up to protect their image. I've got everything together. That was me. I felt the pressure to be a good provider, while often feeling like I wasn't one. I kept it inside because I didn't want to look weak. And quite honestly, for a long time, I didn't even have the words to explain how I felt. So I stayed silent. For you, it might be financial pressure, career insecurity, comparison to other men, feeling behind in life, not knowing how to explain what's wrong. Different situations, same result. Emotion with nowhere to go. And when emotions have nowhere to go, they look for the fastest way out. Really quick, if you're getting value, hit like and subscribe. It helps us reach more men who need this message. So next I want to talk about why drinking starts to make sense, how alcohol becomes justified, what the problem is. For a lot of men, drinking becomes the release valve. For me, it was red wine, every night after work. Why the problem exists? I explained it away with the provider mindset. I work hard, I deserve this. As if effort somehow earns numbness. When I was buzzed, I didn't have to process stress. I didn't have to feel pressure. I didn't have to sit with doubt. And everything just quieted down. That nightly drink wasn't about taste or fun. It was relief. It let me avoid the emotions I didn't know how to express, while still telling myself I was doing everything right. And for you, it might not be wine, but it might be beer, scrolling, gaming, porn, having to stay busy 24/7. Different vices, same function, numbing instead of processing. And that works until one day you realize the drink isn't optional anymore. So now let's talk about what you came for, why quitting drinking feels impossible, and the way out. What the real problem is. Quitting drinking feels impossible when alcohol is still doing a job in your life. Because it's not just a habit, it's your stress regulator, emotional off switch, identity support. Why the problem exists? When you try to quit without replacing that function, your nervous system panics. And that panic turns into the thought, you see, I couldn't do this, I'm too far gone. But that's the lie. For me, the turning point came when I stumbled upon language learning. It demanded focus, brain power, presence, and I loved it. Drinking stopped making sense because it got in the way of something I cared about more, and that was the replacement. And once I understood that pattern, I expanded it. I replaced drinking with taking fitness more seriously, showing up better in my marriage, building something meaningful to me, malusog, thinking about legacy. I didn't just quit drinking, I outgrew the need for it. So for you, the replacement might be fitness, learning a new skill, building something meaningful to you, repairing a relationship, reclaiming self-respect. Different paths, same freedom. So the core message that ties all this together is this. You're not too far gone. Quitting drinking feels impossible when alcohol is still your best tool. But the moment you build something stronger, something that gives relief, meaning, and identity, the urge loses its grip on you. You don't remove alcohol, you replace its role. If this video feels familiar, if drinking became your way of coping because you never had a better one, that's exactly why I built the 5-day Malusog Reset. It's not about willpower or quitting overnight. It's about how to process stress, replace old patterns, and rebuild control, one day at a time. If you want structure while you learn to live without escape, the link for the reset is in the description. Tagalog sign-off, hindi pa huli, may panahon ka pa para magbago, which means it's not too late, you still have time to change. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next one.